Hi, I'm at Looney Labs. Lori, pleasure to meet you. How are you?
Let me get past you.
So I understand you'd like to learn some pyramids.
Yeah, yes. What's a pyramid game?
Well, this is Pyramid Arcade.
Okay.
It's our game that came out last week.
Here, let me. So we are live, Lori. We have been live traveling around the floor. We've been putting Josh to work.
Okay.
Have to let you know, TGN's got a couple of rules. Rule number 3 is it's always Josh's fault. So I'm blaming any unprofessionalism or kind of, quirkiness on Josh. So
Well, he has done well.
he has. We're putting him to work. He does good. We love him. So Lori, did Josh tell you what we kind of do? What our premise is?
Well, he said that you would be coming by to take a look at some of our games and play them. Any more than that, I don't know.
Okay. So are you familiar with Twitch?
Yes.
Okay. Twitch is so. We are streamers on Twitch. We go by Twitch Game Night, TGN for short, and we play board games live with our chat room. Nicole? So we're not employed by Twitch, we're just streamers on Twitch. We use that as a platform to play board games live with our chat, with our audience, with our community. Right. Nicole plays as Twitch proxy, so chat will tell her what they want her to do, and she does that. And what's really cool about coming to cons and looking at these games, it's kind of the same premise here, is our audience that we've built. Some people may not have the opportunity to come down to BGG.CON, some people may not be here today, and we get the opportunity to go around the floor and show them what's new, what's upcoming, and kind of be their proxy at BGG.CON.
Fun.
So Lori, you are an awesome vendor, I've heard.
Well, thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm actually Kristen Looney's assistant, and I'm doing the filming here today because Kristen's getting over a cold and has been coughing a lot, and she didn't want to cough on camera. But so I would love to show you what we are. So Looney Labs is best known for Flux, the card game.
Okay.
But we have a lot of other card games and board games, and these pyramids have been in our line for over 20 years.
You're her assistant. How long have you been with the company? Where did the company start?
The company started, we just had our 20th anniversary as the company of Looney Labs, and we're giving away party favorites here at the con if you want.
To celebrate, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you. But the pyramids have actually been around longer than Looney Labs, so longer than 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, so that was Kristen and Andy are Kristen and Andy Looney are the co-founders of Looney Labs, and they met when they were both working at NASA. And they both jumped off the cliff and quit their day jobs to stop what they were doing and create these pyramids, because Andy had written a short story that it was set on Mars and it involved this game that used pyramids, and everybody read the short story and said, hey, we want to play that game.
That's really cool.
Right, and so they decided that they would try to make this game. However, the pyramids, these pieces are hard to make. They're expensive to make the dies and the plastic, especially 20 years ago. And so, after trying for a few years to make these pieces and just not being able to make them affordable enough.
These are our components?
Yes.
If I pick up the tray, this will...
Go for it.
Oh, I didn't know you were taking a picture of me. Make sure you get a lot. Got to make sure I look cute. Nicole, these dice are very pretty. The colors are really bright and pretty. How does that look in frame? It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. And so after trying to make these for a few years and not being able to find an affordable way to do it, Kristen just said to Andy, can you please just make me a card game? We can make cards. They're inexpensive to make. And the next morning, Andy came down with Flux. So Flux has been our moneymaker for the past 20 years, and that's when Looney Labs as a company started. But the pyramids are really their baby,
That's what really started the idea.
Yeah.
This is where it all really came from.
Right.
So has Pyramid been out? Forgive me for not knowing, but has Pyramid been out, or have you finally found a way to make the pyramids cost effective?
Over the years, we have had pyramid games in different ways. We've had them in some tubes and in some cloth bags with 1 or 2 games at a time. but nothing very big because of the expense. And we've now, the cost of making things has just come down in general, and we've decided that we'd go ahead and make them in China, which we were trying not to do, but we did. In any case, we finally got it to a point where we can make it affordable and have enough pieces to play all the good games that are in it. So this game, Pyramid Arcade, just came out last week.
Awesome.
And it has 22 of the best pyramid games.
I love the art style. It's very Atari to me. It's very 70s to me.
Yeah. And that's kind of where the name arcade came from. Our artist, Eileen Tan, she did some mock-ups of what she was thinking of, and when we saw this, we thought, oh, that looks like an arcade game.
Yeah.
And that we thought, oh, this is perfect because there's lots of games in here, and so it's like an arcade where you can go from game to game to game.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But it's the Pyramid Arcade. So
22 games from another world.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she did just an amazing job with that
Can I
one.
get a picture with you guys for that?
Sure.
Can I put the flash back on? And I know Andy's. One second, I'm sorry.
All right. So this has 22 games in it, and it came out last week, and it is sort of the culmination of that 20 plus years of work on these pyramids.
That must be so exciting to have had an idea 20 years ago and really wanted to bring it out there, especially because you said it came from a book, and it was
Right.
You've got the creativity making the story, to have the game, to finally want to bring it to life, and then be a little frustrated because you're not able to do it cost effectively, and then finally be able to do it.
Right.
Must be exhilarating.
It is. It's so exciting, and it's Andy's magnum opus. And every time he sees the box, he hugs it. He's seen many pictures of Andy doing this. Because he's just so excited to have this be a reality. Because this is his dream from way back. So we're very excited, and I've got. To get an idea of the range of games available, I've got out 7 possible games that we could go over. I could either go over them all really quickly, or I could tell just a slight bit about them and we could choose one to play, or I don't know, what would you like to do?
Let's go through, what's gameplay on one of the little games?
Most of these take about 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Okay, so let's, just for time's sake, can we go through them each a little bit, and then you can grab me the 5-minute one, and we can go through that one?
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, so this first one here is Color Wheel.
Okay.
And this is
even the card. See, and I had asked you, like, if it was a new game or not, because the art is so 1970s, it's so arcade, it's so on point with the time period.
It's true.
Oh, look at the back of the card, too.
So these cards, there's a card for every game.
Nicole, could you show that awesome art?
And
the back of the card also.
Yeah, so each game has its own patch. So you'll see that one's the one for Color Wheel. Here's
and they're different.
Yes, so each one has its own patch. And so a lot of people call this style retro-futuristic. I kind of like that.
That is cool. That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
So for Color Wheel,
this is a cooperative puzzle game where you've got all the colors mixed up and you're trying to get them clumped together like in the
Rubik's
picture.
Cube?
It's a little bit like a Rubik's Cube, it's true. And so there's only 2 rules to this game. You can trade 2 of the same size or 2 of the same color.
Okay, because you've got the smaller ones, the smaller pyramids here, and the much larger pyramids here.
Yeah, and then there's an in-between. So there's a small, a medium, and a large. Okay. And they have little pips on them, so you can see that there's one pip, 2 pips, or 3 pips.
There we go.
Yeah. And so you can trade like 2 larges, or you can trade 2 purples of any size, or that kind of thing. But what you're trying to do is clump them together so that they look like the picture on the card.
I love the pips because I don't know if you know this, but Josh is actually colorblind.
Okay,
and
right.
it's something that we really pay attention to in games when we're playing, because we're playing with him. So we love seeing how game designers take into consideration, okay, if my friend can't tell the difference between the blue and the purple pyramid, what am I going to use so that they can tell the difference?
Right, and so we've got an entire section in here, where is it? Visibility issues right here.
Oh, that's so awesome!
That explains what you can do to make these games work for people that are colorblind. And what you can do with a color wheel is I'm
all about the art.
yeah, isn't it great?
So cool. Okay, with color wheel.
So with color wheel, so Josh, can I use you for a minute?
We're gonna use you. Yes.
So, what colors? Tell me, what colors do you see there?
Green, yellow, blue, orange, red, purple.
Okay, so this is dark blue and this is purple. So the purple blue are the ones that are giving you trouble?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what we would do is we would trade these out, and we would trade them for a white and a black.
That's smart.
And so that usually works for most colorblind people, unless they have no color visibility at all. It usually works to just trade out the difficult colors with the black and the white.
And because you have 22 games, I'm assuming these are originally for a specific game or a specific set of games.
So the original game that was in the story was called Ice House. And for the first 6 years, the pyramids were only used for the game Ice House. And then they realized, I think it was 6 years, it might be 8. But at some point they realized, you know what, these are just playing pieces. They don't have to be used for just one game. We should make more games with them. And that's when they started designing more games, and their friends started designing more games. And BGG people started designing more games, and now there are about 500 fan-created games for this system.
That's cool.
But the 22 that are here are 20 of them are designed by Andy.
Okay.
One of them is designed by Kristen, and one of them is designed by a family friend, John Cooper. And that game is Homeworlds, and it's in there because it's Andy's favorite game, which is strange. He usually only wants to play his own games, but he loves Homeworlds.
Which must mean it's very good.
Yeah.
So we're switching around pieces in here, either by size or by color, in order to get them all in the same section.
Yes.
So our next game then is Pedal Battle.
Yeah, so in Pedal Battle, I don't have the pieces out for it because I was going to steal them from there. But the idea here is that you are vying for the petals on a flower. You are a bug vying for the petals on a flower. And the first person to get one full side, so 5 pieces in a row, is the winner of the game. And so this has an interesting mechanism because when you to decide who gets to play and how many turns they get to take, we use one trio, so a small, medium, and a large. Each person puts them under the table and puts them in some order. Like, I'm going to put mine in this order. And when I show it, I've got my 2 and then my 1 underneath and then my 3 on the bottom. Let's say that somebody else did this. With their 1 on top and then 2 and then 3. The person with the smallest piece gets to go first. So this person would get to go first, but they would only get to play 1 turn because it's 1 pip.
Okay.
Now I get to go next and I get 2 turns because I have my 2 on top. Now they get to take 2 turns. Now I get to take 1 turn, then they get 3, and then I get 3. And so it's a decision as to whether you're going to fight more for the chance to go first or more for the chance to have more turns. You know, so and you can do things like bump and squish and jump and spawn babies. So there's different ways that you can get your pieces on the board here.
Okay.
So that one's a lot of fun, and that's a strategy game. These first 3 are all brand new. They've never been published before. So Color Wheel, Pedal Battle, and this one, Give or Take, are 3 of the 6 brand new games in the set. The rest of them have been published other ways, like maybe as holiday gifts or as individual games in bags. But have never been combined together like this. This is really cool. So Give or Take is a really simple game. It's one that kids can play. Basically, you just roll a die. So you roll this die that is a pyramid die.
Okay.
And whatever it is that you see there, you can give or take that piece. So I can give or take a 3 or a 2. So maybe I'll take a 3.
So this is an or, not an and.
It is an or, not an and.
Okay.
When there's both sizes like that, the other thing that you can do is trade. So I could trade my 3 for a 2 like this.
Okay.
So, and each person goes around giving or taking pieces. So I might steal one from you and give it to me, or I might put it on somebody else to junk them up. But the goal is to get 3 of the same size and nothing else. When you get 3 of the same size and nothing else, you win this game.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
It's a real simple kind of kids game there. Over here we have Martian chess. Martian chess works somewhat like regular chess in that the pieces, like there's a queen that can move like a queen in chess that can go as far as it can in any direction. Pawns can go 1 space diagonally, and drones go 1 or 2 spaces orthogonally, either left, right, or front, back. The difference is, in this game, color doesn't matter, and when you move your piece, so anything that's on this side of the board is yours. Anything on that side of the board is your opponent's. So if they have pieces like this, let's say, and I use my queen piece here to take this 2-point piece, I get the 2 points. But now that queen is on their side, so it belongs to them now.
Okay.
So they might turn around and use it to take these 2 points. Now they have 2 points, but my queen is back at my side. So it kind of messes with your brain. If you're a chess player, this is one that people love because it's like chess, but it makes you think completely differently about how to take your turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that one's a lot of fun. Let's see. Do you want to scoot down?
Yeah. We're moving seats. Nicole, can you fix the frame? Nicole? Can you fix the frame?
So, Ice Towers is a game, it's a real-time stacking game. So everybody has a color. So maybe you're yellow and I'm green.
Okay.
And these pieces get randomly distributed. And then in real time, we start stacking them. So you can stack smallers on largers, but you can't stack a larger on top of a small one.
Okay.
You can mine. So if you've got, like let's say you've got something like this. If you have a stack that, if I'm yellow, and you have a stack that you don't own, so the green owns this one because the green is on top.
Okay.
So I don't own this stack, and I have 2 pieces in it. So long as I have more than 1 piece, I can mine one out. So maybe I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to put it over here instead because now I'll own that stack. So, and we're both doing this in real time. There are a couple of different moves that we can do. When everybody agrees that we're stacked up as much as we can and there aren't any more plays, then we grab, so the green would be yours and the yellow would be mine. We would grab all the stacks, count the pips, and whoever has the most pips wins.
Okay.
So that's Ice Towers.
And you're saying that this is real time, so is this also you're trying to move as fast as you can to get your towers built?
Yes
before
and
your
no.
opponent?
Sometimes the best strategy is to hang back a little and let some other people move first so that you can see the best moves and go. But yes, it is all happening at once, and sometimes speed is of the essence.
Gotcha.
So it depends on the way you want to use your strategy method on this, you know, whether you want to move as fast as possible or hold back and find the best choices. Let's see, World War V uses the back of the Martian chessboard, so it's got this World War V board.
Okay.
And this is...
Nicole, can you see the board?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Excellent. So this is a little bit like Risk, but it's more balanced. There's more connections between places. We don't know what happened in World Wars III and IV, but by World War V, the world had been divided into equal sizes, so each continent has exactly 3 countries in it.
Okay. It was very well organized wars
Yes.
that separated things.
Exactly. So this game plays a little bit like Risk. It's a conquest game, but it only takes about half an hour, and it's more balanced than Risk is.
Okay.
And then finally over here we have Ice Dice. This is a press your luck game. So you roll the die, and you... Oh, I'm missing the other die. Could you hand me the pyramid? There we go. So you roll the dice, and you get... So I got a 1 size and a purple. So I would take a 1 purple, and I would put it on the counter. I can either choose to take that, or I can roll again. I'm going to roll again. I've got a 1 red, so I'm going to roll again. And I have a 1 or a 3 of blue, so I will take a...
And here, too, you guys took into consideration, I'm guessing took into consideration the colors, because each, even though you're saying 1 blue, your 1 blue is a diamond, your 1 red is a heart, you
and again,
spade,
that's
a
for the
star, and
colorblind
clover.
people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And the same thing, you can just... so you can say the heart, even though the heart is red, you could say that the heart is black. Or whatever color works best.
Customize it.
Yeah. So far I've gotten lucky. I've gotten different colors every time. I can either stop and take all of these, or I can try rolling again.
What's the press your luck?
So here's the press your luck. This time I rolled a purple 1 or 2.
Okay.
Because I already have a purple, I just busted out.
Oh.
I have to put everything back now. But had I stopped the turn before and taken those 3, it would have been your turn, and you would have been trying to take pieces.
Okay. And what are you doing?
So the goal there is to get 3 monochrome trees, so all 1 color trees, or 5 mixed trees, like...
but still the size is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whoever gets either 3 monochrome trees or 5 mixed trees first wins. So this is just a fun little press your luck kind of betting sort of, not exactly betting, but gambling sort of game.
Very, very cool.
And
That's
this is
so nice.
7 of the 22.
It's so cool that you're buying 1 box and you've got all these different options and all these different games that you can play with the one box.
Yeah, and so there's things for all ages, for all types of game players. Whether you like strategy or luck or puzzles or whatever it is that you like, classic games.
It's an awesome concept. This is very unlike any other game that I've seen, because every other game that I've seen is you buy 1 box, you have 1 game. You have variants and things like this, but this is intentionally made to be 22 different games.
Yes, yes.
So this is very cool. So let's, we'll scoot back. Ready? We're scooting. Look at us scoot. And then give me,
why don't we play Color Wheel?
Okay, let's do Color Wheel. I like this.
Okay, sounds good. Is this a...
Yes.
Okay.
Moving again? Okay.
We got the time?
Not to cut it short. We have about 5 minutes.
Okay, that works.
So, while I have the 5-minute window, do we have any questions in chat or now? I don't know if my mic goes far away. Do we have any... You what?
I already have.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, now, if anybody has any last-minute questions, this would be the time to ask them in chat so that we can get them out, get them answered by our fabulous Lauren.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll play a quick game of Color Wheel.
Okay, so if you remember, we can trade 2 of the same size or 2 of the same color.
Okay. And this is turn?
So this is a cooperative game, and you can play it any way that you want. You can play take turns, or you can play just, I see something good, I'm going to do it. If you see something good, you do it.
Okay.
Or you can play, I'm going to get all of 1 color together, and then you get to get the next color. But let me just start us off a little bit here.
Sure.
So we've already got 2 greens together. That's kind of a mistake. We shouldn't have had them starting out next to each other, but we'll go with it. So I'm going to trade these 2 smalls in order to get another green in this clump here.
Sounds good.
And then can you grab those white, black, and clear pieces? Those are our counters. So every time we make a move, we're going to knock one of those down. So
bring them over.
So that works. So I'm going to put one of these down because I made a move.
I think I've lost my little tree here. Okay, so then the next move that I think that we would make was this large over here green, to trade it out with one of these large yellows.
Beautiful. You do it and I'll mark your play.
Okay. And this would also get a yellow, oh, as I knock everything over, with this little grouping of yellows here.
All right. For time's sake, I'm going to make a couple of moves here. I'm going to do those two mediums and these two mediums. And that was 2 moves. And now...
How about I change out this yellow and this red?
Okay.
Is that going to put us in a bad spot?
Great. Okay, now, I wish that I could keep the green going this way, but I've only got a small and a medium left to go, and this is a large.
Right.
Here's where the trading 2 of the same color come in. So if I would want this to be a small, let's say, I'm going to trade this small and this large, both the same color. That's one move. And now I have a small and a small that I can trade out in order to get those together. What do you want to do? Do you want to finish off the green or keep going on red?
Well, now I'm concerned. I probably shouldn't have moved the red here because where your sections are here. How many?
It's not. It's really more amorphous than that. They have to all be touching on a side, not a corner. But they don't have to be in any particular pie shape.
So I'm going to make 2 moves. I'm going to switch out this medium and this large, or medium and this small of the same color.
Okay.
And then I'm going to switch out these 2 because that makes my OCD feel a little bit better.
Right.
That now these ones are all kind of here.
Okay, and there's your 2 pieces. Now, we don't have to do this, but just for your OCD, I'm going to switch those 2 of the same color. And those 2 of the same size.
See, now that makes me happy. So then I can take this purple large and this red large and switch them out. And that moves us here.
Okay.
We want to switch out a small and a small. I was kind of living those ones together, but now this has been taken over by red.
That's okay. That's good. Okay, well done. So now we need to get a red in there, otherwise this purple is stuck.
So we want to switch out, why don't we switch out these 2 and then switch out these 2.
Great, so that was 2 more moves. We've almost got our reds. Let's see, we're getting a little bit...
There's a red here. We could switch out our yellows and our reds.
Beautiful. Okay, that was another 2 moves. And then we could do that again. We'll go the yellows, and then the 2 size matching. That was another 2 moves. Now we've got our red. What should we work on next?
Let's get some purple over here.
Okay.
So we will switch out these ones.
Okay.
And then we will switch out these ones.
Ooh, 2 moves and you got your purple done.
Look at that.
Well done. Okay.
And now we are switching for dark blue, maybe?
Sure.
Here? We've got these 2 give us most of our dark blue. We want a medium. I'm going to switch these like this, and then I'm going to switch this one here, and that will get me my dark blues together.
2 more moves. Okay, now we're getting a little tight because we only got 3 moves left, but we can maybe pull this off. Let's see. So, what do you think about putting yellow this way?
We could do that.
So we could go here. That's one.
So they don't have to be in pie shapes, they just have to be all grouped together.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we could go there, there's another one. And we're not going to quite make it this time, but let's go 2 of the same color. And then we can trade out these 2 of the same size. That was 2 moves, we only had 1 left. So we didn't quite make it, but hey, we got
That's
close.
pretty close.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, Lori.
Thank you,
It's a really quick little game.
Right.
Oh, that kind of makes you think about where your moves are going to go. That's a lot of strategy. It's very cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Lori, thank you so much for giving us time. Is there any last minute questions? Anything last minute that you would like to say? How can people who are interested get their hands on Pyramid?
Well, that's an interesting thing. So, this game and this game only, we have a policy that says that it's not going to be sold online.
Not online.
Right.
Okay.
By watching this just now, you know that you can't get the sense of this from just a picture or, something like that. You really need to just see it and play with it.
Right,
So
right.
we really want to encourage that our retailers demo the game, and the best way to do that is to not have them spend hours demoing the game and then have them go buy it online somewhere. So for just this one title, we're developing community and encouraging our retailers to demo it in their stores.
How does somebody get a list of their local retailers that are going to have this game?
Excellent. So let me follow up with that a little bit. The only two places you will find it online are in our web store and at Marble's Brain Store.
Marbles the Brain?
Marble's the Brain Store.
Marbles.
Yes,
Okay.
Marble's the Brain Store. Those two stores will have it online for anyone who doesn't have a retailer close to them.
Okay.
But if you're looking for a retailer close to you that has the pyramids, you can go to LooneyLabs.com and there will be a tab at the top of the site that says Store Locator.
Okay.
And that store locator will have a little pyramid symbol, and any store that sells the pyramids will have that pyramid symbol next to them.
Are you selling this game internationally?
We are. So there are international stores,
On the list?
that are on the list, yes, and we also are working on, it's not quite up, but it should be up within the next week or so, an international online store for ourselves, so that those who can't get near a retail store can get it from us directly.
Very cool. Nicole, do we have any last minute questions in chat? Lori, thank you so much
Thank you.
for taking the time
It's
to
been
sit with us and show us this game.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the audience for having us.